Begin with Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge with a look at how investigators got their suspect. Good evening, Catherine.
Thank you, Brett, and good evening. Today's announcement is the culmination of a 5-day manhunt that began Monday in the greater New York area and ended 1,000 miles away in South Florida, drawing on more than a dozen federal agencies led by the Secret Service and FBI.
We have arrested Cesar Sayoc in connection with this investigation.
The 56-year-old suspect was arrested in South Florida and is now facing 5 federal criminal counts for sending explosives through the mail and targeting current and former Democratic politicians.
This is utterly unacceptable. Political violence or the threat of violence is antithetical to our vigorous system of self-government.
Federal investigators seized his van, covering it with a blue tarp, concealing pro-Trump stickers. Sayoc's social media accounts also praising Republicans, slamming Democrats, and showcasing videos of himself appearing at Trump rallies. The Attorney General was pressed on why Sayoc singled out Democrats and at least one powerful party donor.
He may have been appears to be a partisan, but that would be determined by the facts.
The break in the case came when an FBI lab identified a latent fingerprint on one of the suspicious package envelopes addressed to Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters. 2 additional pieces of DNA evidence from other packages matched Sayoc, who was already in a law enforcement database because of his past criminal activity.
The work of the men and women of law enforcement here and the work that was done over the last week is something that should make every American proud and grateful.
Another device was discovered today in California, addressed to Democratic Senator Kamala Harris, and in New York City addressed to CNN contributor and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. The FBI director emphasized the devices, now more than a dozen, intercepted on the East and West Coast, were dangerous, not a hoax, laying out new details of their construction.
Each device consisted of roughly 6 inches of PVC pipe, a small clock, a battery, some wiring, and what is known as energetic material.
A conviction on the 5 federal criminal charges, which could expand as the investigation progresses, carries a prison term of up to 48 years.
The defendant's conduct as charged is cowardly and reprehensible and totally anathema to our democracy.
In the last few minutes, we have learned that Sayoc will have his first court appearance in Miami on Monday. Earlier, a federal source told Fox that after that initial court appearance in Miami, Sayoc is expected to be transferred to New York City and prosecuted there. Nearly half of the packages were routed through the greater New York City area. Brett.
You know, Catherine, the news conference was pretty detailed. They said that they were still investigating whether he had any help with anybody else. But what else was kind of left out of that?
What we never really got to was the issue of premeditation. Was this something that he did over several weeks himself, so making him a lone actor in this offense, or was it done very quickly, which would suggest that he may have had help from someone who was witting or unwitting in this plot?
Okay, Catherine, we'll follow it. Thank you.
You're welcome.